Good morning, YouTube. Hope everyone is well today. It is 4:30 this morning here, Friday. I don't know what the date is, but it's Friday. And you guys are probably wondering, Tyler, where are you driving to at 4:30 in the morning on a Friday? You don't work a regular job. You don't have to go work at some site and do electrical things or what have you. No, guys, I am currently driving out to Doherty's to do some posing practice, and then I'll do some steps on the treadmill as well. I actually felt like doing some treadmill steps this morning because I have a few bits and pieces I need to do on my phone, and I didn't feel like walking outside in the freezing cold. And then also just been really trying to drill my posing practice here. We are currently 2 weeks out from Perth, so the show is very much approaching quite quickly. And I'll tell you what, these days are going by so fast, so fast. So yeah, it's good to get as much posing practice in as possible. Like I said, be under different lights. They've got the mirrors there as well, so I can see my physique. Of course, you want to be practicing your posing without the mirror as well, because naturally you will not have a mirror on stage, but it is still good to get some practice in where you can see your physique. So heading out there right now, after which I might be popping into the city very quickly to grab a coffee from my client's little hole-in-the-wall coffee shop, which, you know, is exciting because the man makes a great cup of joe. So keen to get in there and get myself a brew. But moving forwards, 2 weeks out, guys. 2 weeks out. These days have been flying by. I've honestly found out how to make prep very easy, all right? Listen to this. Prep is very, very easy when you are very, very busy, it turns out, because the last week I've been so flat out with just prepping for the show and just doing bodybuilding stuff, and then work and content creation and just run off my feet. So it's almost like I wake up and then I just feel like it's 9 p.m. and I got to go to sleep again. So it's just been crazy these last few days with regards to how busy I've been, and it's not a bad thing. Like, the days are just flying by. So for those of you who struggle in a prep, trust me, guys, the biggest thing I can tell you is to just be so busy. Like, just makes it move so much faster. And saying that, I'm almost wanting it to slow down, you know? Like, it's I don't want it to end. I love prep, you know? So the fact that it's 2 weeks until the state show, and then 2 weeks after that we're at nationals, and then it's all said and done, is actually, like, makes me a little bit sad, to be honest. But also, of course, like, excited for that next phase. Excited to then, you know, launch into my upcoming improvement season and make improvements, and, you know, definitely already sort of starting to think about that. But obviously full focus is on the show right now. So but outside that, guys, what else has been happening since we caught up? Well, and also what's going to be comprising this video, as the title may suggest, we have an exciting video today. Very exciting. Two things. One, Blake has sent me some stuff, some reels, I believe, and I know we filmed or planned to film a bit of a YouTube edit for a YouTube video, obviously, as that would suggest. So I'm probably going to put that YouTube edit in this video. That one was a push day filmed on Monday. So that push day was filmed after a few high carb days, and obviously, a few high carb. Well, I've been eating high carbs all week, to be honest with you. But so it was a little bit fuller in that clip, hence why I wanted to catch up, because I wasn't flat as a pancake and would make for good content. So if you sent that one through, that will likely be in this video. Now, we'll obviously mess up the continuity of the video, but hey, it gives you guys some training clips to enjoy, and also some posing. We did some posing afterwards as well, so you can take a look at the physique post-workout with a bit of a pump, which is cool. So if I have that clip sent over to me, that will be in this video. But that's exciting. But what's more exciting is I am going to show you guys how to make cream of rice in this video. That's right, we are going to go through my cream of rice recipe, so anyone watching this video can make it yourselves. Now, I'm not going to take credit for this cream of rice recipe. It is Tom's. He is the one who I stole it off. So we will be using the Erewhon, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but the Thai rice flour brand to make it. So full credit goes to Tom. This is his recipe, but I'm going to show you guys how to make it on the YouTube. And you know what's so good about doing it on YouTube? I don't have to do some bullshit 60-second, 45-second edit and make it all fancy and shit. I can just straight up show you guys how to make it. And you guys just have to sit there and watch it, even if it takes 3 minutes, because that is the beautiful thing about YouTube. It doesn't have to be really, really fast. So it makes my life very easy, and I can actually go a little bit more in detail on how to make it properly, rather than having to try and think, how can I shorten this into a 45-second clip where people understand how to make it? So it's a bit of a process, I'm not gonna lie, but when you're in prep, you kind of like don't mind putting all of the effort into your food. So we're gonna go through the cream of rice recipe today, guys. So I don't doubt that some of you are very curious to know how to make it. And I'm also very excited to see people try it. So if you do watch this video and you do end up trying it, send me it. I want to see what it looks like. I want to see how you guys are going, if you guys do a good job of it the first time, and what you think of it as well, if you enjoy it. If you do post it on your Instagram, tag me. I would actually appreciate that, so I can reshare it. We could get some things going here, and we can, like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Tag me in it though, it'll be cool. So we're gonna go through the cream of rice recipe today. And then, yeah, like I said, we might throw a little bit of a training edit in as well, just depending if I've got it. I don't actually know. I haven't even opened the things that Blake have sent me yet. That's probably on my to-do list to do on the treadmill today. So we shall see, but I'm just about to pull up to Doherty's here, so I should probably quit yapping. However, I will give you guys a bit of an update on how prep has been going, probably a little bit later in the video, maybe afterwards on the drive home. We'll just see how cooked I am, to be honest with you. I should be caffeinated, so that might help to keep my brain cells operating, because you can probably tell right now my brain is still slowly warming up, being that it is first thing in the morning here. But I'll give you guys a prep update, so you know how I'm feeling. Obviously the last video, you know, we kind of spoke on, it's been a bit of a mental challenge, but things have definitely been a little bit more positive this week, which is good. I'm pleased to say. So all kind of part of it, the trials and tribulations of moving through a competition prep. You're not always going to feel your best. So, oh, there's an ambulance out front of Doherty's right now. Interesting. But yeah, I'm just about to pull up, guys. So I'm going to end this clip here, and we will catch up in the next one, which will likely be, actually, well, the next clip will probably be some posing. I'm going to go ahead and make sure I try to film some. It's just going to be on my phone. I've literally just put up right next to this ambulance in front of Doherty's, so I'm not really sure what's going on here. I'm actually trying to assess to see if I know these people. No, I don't really know many ambulance people, to be honest, outside of my girlfriend. What was I saying? Yeah, so I'm actually going to film some posing. I'm going to film it on my phone probably. So forgive the quality if it's utter dog shit. It shouldn't be too bad. iPhones are honestly pretty good. You can get away with iPhone quality, to be fair. So you'll see my physique this morning. First thing, fasted. Probably not flat, but definitely not full. So we'll get that set up. We'll run you guys through it, and then I'm going to be hopping on the treadmill. And yeah, we're going to do the damn thing. It's going to be a great morning, guys. It's going to be a great morning. So I'll catch up with you in the next clip. When that will be, I'm not sure, but it's going to be a banger vid. Aren't they all right? And I'll speak to you guys in the next one. Right, we are wrapped up. I feel like I start every clip with all right. I don't know what else to start it with though. I don't know. We're going to own it. All right, so I say cardio, but steps, 30 minutes on the treadmill, wrapped up. Posing, wrapped up. Also hit my abs this morning as well, wrapped up. So it's been a productive morning. It's just gone past 7. It's 7:15 right now. I then went into the CBD to go and grab myself a coffee from my favorite coffee shop in the city, which is owned by my client Travis, Finn's Espresso. I actually filmed a YouTube video there earlier on in the series, which you guys may have seen if you've been following along. So head out there because I wanted to catch up with Travis as well, see how he's getting on, and get myself a nice long black. And the coffee did not disappoint, and never does. Brewed it to perfection, I might say. So we are well caffeinated at the moment. I've had a Oxy Shred this morning on the way into the gym, pina colada flavored, which was quite enjoyable. And then also a regular long black. So that's what, 2 shots of coffee. Shot of coffee is about 80 milligrams of caffeine, I believe. And then the Oxy Shred is about 100. So 260 milligrams, which is pretty good. I will have I'm not sure what I'm going to have for pre-workout today, whether it's a white Monster, a rosé Monster, or another coffee. I think I'm going to go for an energy drink today. As far as what one, that is yet to be decided. I was very disappointed with my Monster yesterday. I don't actually know what it's called. It's like the blue and pink can. Honestly, it didn't taste like anything, to be quite honest. So White Monster remains undefeated, and then Rosa is a very close second in that regard. Man, I'm so excited to get out to Melbourne to really pick up some different energy drinks, because I just got so many other flavors available over there in the ways of Ghosts. I think they got maybe a few different Monsters, but yeah, so I came to get out of Melbourne and definitely bring a suitcase of different energy drinks home, which is always what I do. Also on that as well with Melbourne, I'm thinking I might actually have to do the double suitcase so I can bring all my cooking appliances. I'm definitely bringing a pan, definitely bringing my microwave rice cooker. It's going to be interesting. I've never traveled for a show, so as far as the packing situation goes, definitely going to have to make a list so I don't forget anything. But it's going to be a whole new experience, which is exciting to say the least. So, but nevertheless, update on how I'm going on this drive back home before we go and get my first meal in. Definitely feeling a lot better, like I mentioned on the way into the gym mentally. Obviously, the last couple weeks prior to us feeding up was challenging. You know, it was really challenging. My physique, I felt, I was just not happy with it as far as the level of flatness I was at and the look it was presenting. And yes, like, it's part of the process, right? You need to be spending extended periods of time flat to burn fat. Like, you can't be scared of getting flat in prep, otherwise you're not going to get in shape. But it's also a game of, you know, at what point are you potentially sacrificing the look in pursuit of further conditioning? And for me and my physique, you know, we were chasing potentially a few more percentage of sharpness, but at what cost? You know, will I be able to get my legs back if we continue to dig for that extra 1 or 2%? And is that going to hurt the look 10 to 15%? You know, if I come in and say my glutes are a little bit sharper, maybe, but I have 0 quads, and I already am lacking in the quad department quite a lot. So yeah, it was kind of getting to me a little bit for sure. You know, I'm so lucky. Like, I really had a good support network to talk to about this. You know, a few other individuals who are in prep themselves that I was talking with throughout, and they really offered a lot of value throughout that, and instilled a bit of confidence in me. And then also, you know, having to give myself a few pep talks in the shower, to say the least. And you know, I'll let you guys know essentially what I would say to myself, right, is it's a matter of trust, you know, trusting in my coach Callum, right? That's why you have a coach. If I didn't have a coach right now, I probably would still be doing 30 minutes on the exercise bike every morning. I would probably still be pushing. But a coach is there to sometimes protect you against yourself. So yeah, part of me, it's like, I want to keep pushing. Another part of me is like, I'm so flat, I'm losing my legs. You know, it's a mental battle, to say the least. So when I'm having these conversations with myself in the shower, it's kind of just reassuring myself that, you know, trusting Callum, this is what he's here for, and also understand that you've done everything he has asked you to do, and then some. So at the end of the day, you know in your heart of hearts that you're not leaving anything on the table, right? So that definitely helped pull me out of a little bit of a mental rut a couple times, for sure. And then after, like, we had our check-in on the Thursday, which then resulted in, you know, the high carb day, which you guys saw. And since then, we've been really feeding up the entire week. I actually calculated it. I'm forgetting the exact amount, but I think we consumed well over 5,000 grams of carbs over the last week. So I've been eating a lot, and it has really, really paid off. You know, as far as how the visuals projected, literally just getting like bigger and fuller and showing more detail to the physique. So it was the right decision, you know. And after the fact, we've come to the decision that, hey, like, fat loss is done, you know. We don't need to push anymore in the ways of getting leaner. We're very happy with the level of conditioning we currently have, alongside with the fullness that is slowly returning. Now, am I completely full? No. We estimate complete, you know, glycogen saturation, complete fullness, probably puts me in this sort of 116 to 118 kilo range, somewhere in there. And the heaviest I got off the back of the multiple days of high food was 116.1, which was up from 100. I got down to 110.8, guys, which is light. So we put on about 5 kilos over those days of high food, with no loss in condition, with the physique only improving. So, you know, what does that tell you, right? So off the back of that, now Friday, like, obviously I'm feeling a lot more positive about the look, as positive as you can, of course, being, you know, a perfectionist and a bodybuilder, and, you know, never truly being satisfied, which I'm sure everyone is a victim to. But yeah, just a little bit happy with how things are going now, for sure. And yeah, it's still a mental challenge. It's still a mental game. Like I was saying earlier, you know, that desire to push, that desire to want to still be digging, it almost feels a little bit criminal to feel how I am 2 weeks out. Like, I don't feel that shit, to be quite frank. I don't feel hungry, really. Like, yeah, sure, I could eat more, absolutely, but I'm not hungry. I don't have seriously low fatigue like what I had previously, and I almost miss it in a weird way. And I'm almost like envious that, you know, well, not envious, but it feels just very odd that I don't feel worse 2 weeks out, you know. So that's been kind of the next hurdle over the last week. But once again, guys, it just goes back to trust your coach. Once again, this is why you have one, okay? If I didn't have a coach right now, God, I would hate to see what I would be doing to myself, to be quite honest with you, because I'm a masochist at heart, and I would still be digging. So plan of attack now is food's come down, obviously, after, God, like I said, over 5,000 grams of carbs the last week. Multiple, I think, training days were at 735 grams of carbs. Rest days were in the 600s. I am forgetting, I think it was maybe 615 grams of carbs on a rest day. I am forgetting the exact numbers. But now food's come down for today. We're at 560 grams on a training day. And even then, we think that might even be a bit on the lower end, but we'll kind of assess the look. Typically, my physique actually looks a little bit better on the way down. So we've made that assessment with previous sort of diet breaks. We'll run a diet break and I'll look a little bit fuller, but after the diet break is done, the following week, I typically project or present a lot better. So essentially the plan is to bring food down Friday, Saturday to 560 grams of carbs, and then Sunday morning will be my next check-in, and we'll see what the look presents after a few days of lower food after really fueling up the last week. And then this way we're kind of getting more of an assessment of where I look and when I look my best. So things are getting exciting, you know, it's really getting to that point of the prep where it's all about fine-tuning the look. There's a lot more moving parts now with other things coming in and being removed, and over the next 2 weeks, you know, more things will be adjusted to see what's going to present more dryness to the muscle and whatnot. Probably a little bit of manipulation with regards to some sodium stuff, just to sort of see what that does. So now it's just a game of trial and error to see what is going to bring my best look to stage in 2 weeks' time. So I'm really excited for the next 2 weeks, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to learn a lot as well, because typically I'm the kind of person that learns the most by doing the thing, by executing and by living the process and doing the lifestyle. So I'm excited to learn more and obviously have that experience to then carry on over to future clients and stuff like that as well. So, and that's why, guys, experience, man. Experience, you can't beat experience. In the trenches, experience is everything in this game. You can only learn so much from just to research and study. Like sometimes you need to do it to understand it. So yeah, so I'm about to pull up home. I do hope you enjoyed that little bit of an update. I'm very excited to get my first meal in, after which we'll dive into a big morning of check-ins, and then we'll be heading over to the gym for pull day. Beforehand, of course, the camera will be picked back up for cream of rice. So we're gonna go through how to make cream of rice today. So do we be excited for that? That will be the next clip, and I will catch you guys in that one. All right, guys, it is cream of rice time. So we are going to give you a breakdown on the recipe on how to make my cream of rice that you've been seeing me eat the entirety of prep, and I am absolutely obsessed with this recipe. Obviously, there's so many different types of cream of rice out there. You've got Mackenzie's. I think I've got some Mackenzie's in here somewhere. Yes, I do. So you've obviously got like the Old Faithful that everyone uses. Mackenzie's, that one's very popular. I was running that for a little bit. You've also got like your Good Society food. This one, pretty popular. I like having that. This is what I use on my refeed in the mornings because it's flavored and then my protein source was egg whites. But the one I'm using at the moment is the Thai brand. I think it's called Erewhon, but yeah, it's a Thai brand. It can be a little bit tricky to find. I think Woolworths sometimes sells it. I bought like 6 kilos of it in a box from the MCQ in Malaga for $16. So absolute bargain. So bodybuilding doesn't have to be expensive. And then I actually put it in like a big old tub. So that is all rice flour in there. And I just scoop it out with like a protein scoop that I used or recycled. So this is kind of what we're working with here, guys. I've got 120 grams of the rice flour in here. I've got 150 grams of my mixed berries all ready to go. Banana, I have 100 grams of that. Then of course I've got my salt and the kettle is boiled. I've got my rice cooking for my post-workout as well, getting that prepared so when I come home, it's all nice and easy to do. So what you want to do, 120 grams of cream of rice. I like doing a 1:6 cream of rice to water ratio. So 120 times 6 equals 720. So 720 mil of water is how much I will use. Now I'm not going to use 720 mil of boiling water, because if you put boiling water straight into this, it's going to get all clumpy. So 50-50, just tap water to boiling water. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to add in, you know, about 350-ish mil of tap water, and then I'll give it a whisk, and then afterwards I will add the boiling water, and then I will give it another whisk, and then I'll show you guys what that looks like. All right, we're cooking. So, whisking her up, 720 mil of water, 50-50 tap and boiling, and that's kind of what it looks like there. You need a pretty big bowl because this really makes a lot of volume. This bowl is actually pretty massive, to be honest with you. So just bear that in mind, guys. If you are trying to volumize your food a little bit, you may need to get some bigger bowls. Now, That's ready to go. So what do I do next? I pop it in the microwave. I do it in the microwave first for about 1 minute and 20 seconds. I would encourage you to just start with 1 minute. So zap it in the microwave for 1 minute and then pull it out and give it another whisk. Check the consistency, okay? And then put it in the microwave again for another minute, pull it out and give it another whisk. So I'm gonna do that now and I'll show you guys what it looks like after 2 goes in the microwave. It'll likely need 1 more, but I just wanna give you an idea of what that consistency should start to look like. All right, so that was actually now been 3 goes in the microwave for this consistency, and it's still not ready. It's actually gonna need another minute here, but I don't actually know how I'm gonna do this. Hold on. I'm gonna try and one-hand this stirring with the whisk. So this is kind of what we're working with here. So you can see there's still a bit of fluid, or a bit of water. I don't wanna say fluid, that sounds weird. But if I just mix it a little bit now with the whisk, you can see how it's starting to get a little bit more creamy, a little bit more creamy. So the consistency is getting there, but yeah, this definitely is going to need another minute. You can see it's still quite runny, and if I add the protein to that, it's only going to get runnier. So now it's like starting to thicken up more and more and more and more and more, which is good. That means we're on track here. But yeah, definitely another minute, likely even another minute 30 for me on this one. But it's just like a game of like, put it in for a minute, take it out, give it a whisk, put it in for another minute, take it out, give it a whisk. It's a process, guys, especially if you're wanting to get it just right here. So that's gonna go in for another minute and then we will check back and see how she's looking. I'm feeling hopeful, but we'll see. Okay, she's ready to go. We are ready to add the protein to it. So now, to give you a look at the consistency. So you can see here, when I lift it up, it's kind of starting to clump together a little bit more, and I really got to give the whisk a couple taps. So you can see now it's kind of got this like very thicker, creamy consistency. Now, with regards to how it's going to go with the protein powder you choose, it's very, very much dependent on the protein. I'm using a blend at the moment. Now I track this, I have the macros, and there's obviously a little bit more carbs in it than there would be in like a whey protein isolate. Typically, a isolate is going to rehydrate it and make it more runny. So the blends I find always make for the best consistency, to be quite honest, which is why I use it, and I digest a blend fine. So I'm gonna add my protein to it. I also will add 2 grams of salt to that one as well, and then I'll show you guys what that looks like. Also, for my bodybuilding fans out there, watching the Unwrapped podcast, really, really good quality podcast, Andrew Berry and Carl Wilkes doing a Q&A today. So a little bit of education whilst I am making my meal. And it's really quite an enjoyable listen. So if you have any sort of interest in bodybuilding or physique development, anything along those lines, definitely recommend listening to that one because I have found it to be quite good quality. Sorry, I'm trying to weigh up my protein here and talk at the same time. I've got 48 grams of protein, and that's not of actual protein, that's powder weight. I'm actually not sure how much protein that is. I would have to check my plan to get that up, which I'm not going to do. And then I weigh out my salt here. So just so you guys can actually see, so you're not looking at my mug, I've got my little gram scales here. So what I'll do is I'll just take it off. I'll give it a bit of a sprinkle. I've got like a decent idea. If I go over, it's fine because this is my total salt for the day. 1.1 grams, a little bit more. 1.8, you know, because it's pre-workout, I don't actually mind it being a little bit more. 2.2 grams, cool. So I'll use that all up in the day. So that is kept consistent, especially now that we are 2 weeks out. We just want some consistency there with my sodium and potassium intake. And then we'll start to mix this through like very, very slowly. So I'm gonna start doing that because it's kind of hard to do with one hand and I don't want to stuff it up. And then I'll show you guys what that looks like. All right, look at that. That's come along very, very, very nice bowl of chocolatey goodness. Give her a good old whisk. So now, because I actually like it to get a little bit thicker and more cakey, I'll give it another 30 to 45 seconds in the microwave. And that's just personal preference. You can honestly eat it just like that. Oops, a bit of steam there. Like that would be just fine consistency for most, but because I just wanted a little bit thicker, I'm gonna give that another quick little zap here. Now, after I zap it again, I won't whisk it anymore. I'll just let that harden up. But what I will do, because you know it's prep and we don't waste anything, We give the spatula, the whisk a good lick. We're not wasting anything. Fuck, someone's gonna like clip this shit and put like a dick in here or something like that. Man, that's so good. All right, so I'm gonna pop that in the microwave and then I'll add all my toppings and then I'll show you guys the finished product. So good, guys, so good. And we are ready to eat. The cream of rice is done. Toppings are added. So this is what we're cooking with here. We've got the 100 grams of banana, 150 grams of berries, and then the rice flour underneath. So I did zap it for another 40, 45 seconds. So it's nice and cakey, ready to go. It will be very hot, so I'll let that cool down for about a minute or two here before I dive in. In that like minute or two whilst I wait for it to cool down, I'll actually just sit here and get like 4 to 5 deep belly breaths in and just really try relax, get into a bit of a parasympathetic state, allow myself to be in a place where I can digest and absorb this meal. It sounds silly, guys, but it actually makes a big difference. You know, you feel it. When you just pause for a second and take 4 to 5 deep breaths in through your nose, expanding your lungs and exhaling, you do feel a sense of calm and relaxation come over yourself. And I think that's really important before you start eating. So I'll be doing that first, and then I'll be getting into this meal. Once I do that though, we'll get the camera on and I'll have you guys watch me take a couple of bites because, you know, who doesn't love to watch people eat? Another thing to note as well, I am so freaking obsessed with this anime To Be Hero X right now. Like, I can't wait to watch every episode. It's really good. So I'm up to episode 12 right now. It's unlike any anime I've ever seen. You know, they keep changing like the animation style and stuff like that. The soundtrack is elite. The actual animation is elite. The story is cool. It's very different. So I'm really enjoying it. And I definitely recommend it to any of my anime fans that are watching this. So if you do click on and watch that one, let me know. Like I said, guys, if you use this recipe, tag me in it or send me some photos. I'm very curious to see what you guys put together. Obviously, there's so many different ways you can go about making it. But I'm going to relax for a little bit and then we'll get stuck into the meal. First bite, we're going to get a bit of banana. Look at that. Beautiful. Whoop. Beautiful, guys. It's like a big warm bowl of chocolate custard. Better yet, it's just like a big warm hug, you know? It's a beautiful thing about prep, guys. You just appreciate stuff more, you know? All right, I'm gonna relax, eat this meal, watch this anime, and then it's time to go to the gym. Catch you guys in the next clip. All right, so I am in the process of actually editing today's YouTube video, the one that you are currently watching, and I've just been sent through the edit from my man Blake. So we are going to go ahead and roll that one for you guys right now, and then that will conclude this video. It's a bit of a longer one. We've got a 40+ minute video for you guys to enjoy here, which you're probably 30 odd minutes into right now. So do hope you are enjoying the video. But like I said, we're going to roll the edit for my push day. We've got a little bit of a physique assessment at the end as well with a pump, which is cool to see. But we'll wrap there, guys. So thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, drop it a like. Don't be afraid to subscribe as well. Turn on post notifications. And of course, I'm always appreciative when you do share the video as well. I also love to see when people send me pictures of them watching it on their big screens or whatever they're doing. So do send those through to me on Instagram as well, as they always make my day. But thank you again, guys, for tuning in. Enjoy the edit. All right, rolling. Okay, we are 3 weeks out. Push day going down. Feeling excited about today's push day because I'm actually going to be able to get a gnarly pump. At least I hope I'm going to be able to. It's a little bit cold, but we've had plenty of carbs in the system over the last few days. Obviously, if you've been following along, you will know that. What do we have? Thursday, 615 carb went in. Friday, over 1,000 grams of carbs. Saturday, 960 grams of carbs. Sunday, another 615, and today I got another 730 going in. And that will continue through to Thursday. Tuesday, another 730, and then Wednesday, another 6:15. So we're eating, guys. We're eating. I'm up 5 kilos since Thursday morning. And yeah, the visuals are literally just projecting me bigger and leaner at this point. So obviously muscles are filling out. They're pushing against the skin more. So really positive signs, guys. Like if the scales are going up, but the visuals are improving, keep going. We haven't spilled. You know, if the scales are going up, but the visuals are worsening, that likely means you've spilled. That basically means that water's now shifting into that extracellular space, and you no longer need to be eating any more carbs, basically. So, yeah, we're looking good. Pretty pleased with it. Definitely feeling more, not confident in my physique, but not so negative. Obviously, if you watched my previous video, you know I was having a little bit of a hard time mentally. So, anyway, enough waffle. We're going to get stuck into this push day. So, enjoy the video, and I'm sure we'll catch up with you guys throughout. Like put the carbs back in and seeing what that looks like. So yeah, still got a lot more food to eat up until Thursday, and then we'll take a look from there.
I fucking had a huge setback like 2 weeks ago, but super dehydrated, put on like 7 kilos. So I'm
Shit.
still just work through that now, just trying to close out the rest of the fat, and then
Yeah.
hopefully come in on time.
Yeah. Oh, so you're in prep, are you? Oh, what competition are you doing?
C classic.
You're doing IFBB?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome, man. I didn't realize. Nice.
Yeah.
Who's coaching you for that one?
Just working through with mates.
Yeah, yeah.
But,
Oh, awesome. So you'll be on stage with us, with me.
Yeah.
Unreal, dude. Oh, it's good to meet you. We'll be able to hang out backstage and stuff like that. Callum Tuffield.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, he used to train out here a fair chunk, and then he's moved down south, so he lives.
Yeah.
Osterton?
And fucking, so I'm gonna move over to Bali after the show.
Oh, you are?
And so, like, because I'm life, so I'm looking into that.
Oh, awesome.
But then, but yeah, definitely respect you doing fucking some prep out there.
4 weeks of band. It was the dream, dude. I would have stayed for longer, but my visa was up. I originally booked for 3 weeks, and I was like, nah, I'm staying longer. So I extended the trip. Called the missus. She wasn't pleased, but, you know, she understood.
Did she come over and join, or?
No, I was there by myself.
Oh, locked in.
I know, literally, man. When I stayed an extra week, I was like, you can come, but you're going to hate it. Like, I'm at the gym 3 times a day, and I was pushing it really hard at that point. So it's like, I wasn't probably going to be very pleasant to be around anyway.
Man, like, you got back, healed.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I got back, and there was 1 more week of fat loss. And then, like, cool, we're done. So the last 3 weeks is just going to be pretty much reversing into the show, which is, honestly, I was just saying to Blake, like, it's a bit of a head fuck, you know? Not pushing right now, and not feeling as shit as what I want to feel, because you're so, like, in this prep mindset, fat loss, got to keep pushing. I want to feel that hurt, I want to feel that pinch. So now, like, I'm 3 weeks out, but I don't feel as dog shit as what I did 2 weeks ago, 1 week ago. So it's a bit of a, yeah. So it's a bit of a mental game, man. Yeah.
I'm excited to see how you look today, brother.
Oh, same to you, man. It's going to be awesome. That's cool. All right, guys, so full transparency. This is actually the second time I filmed this video. First time we had the roller doors up and I did not like how the physique was looking. It looked very washed out and very watery, but we've since changed that and I feel less shit about myself. So we're gonna reshoot it so I don't look absolutely shocking in this physique update. But push day is all wrapped up. Decent workout. One thing to note, it's fucking cold. It's really hard to get a pump, but we did manage to get a decent pump. So the carbs are definitely doing the trick right now. Definitely much fuller in the lower body, but still some more to go through the chest and the upper body for sure. So we will keep on feeding up until we get to that point, you know, like 5 kilos up at this point in time. So we'll keep on going until the tank is fully loaded and then assess from there. So we'll go through some rounds and you guys take a look, see how we are looking here. How many, I don't even know. You guys know how much food I've been eating. So let's take a look. Alright, I'm feeling pooped, but that is the current physique update at 115.8 kilos this morning. So yeah, we'll check back with you guys in the next one. Funny thing is, I have not actually filming a YouTube video today. So this will probably be put up later in the week when I actually have other content to film. I might film one tomorrow of just a day in the life and we'll throw this clip in. So if you're watching this, this is filmed, what day is it today? Monday. So I'm probably gonna film the video Tuesday and then I'll post it later in the week. So just the timeline's gonna be all messed up, but I'm sure I'll figure it out. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed the push day. Once again, shout out to my man Blake behind the camera. He's been cooking up some crazy edits lately. I hope you've been enjoying them. And yeah, as far as what the theme of the rest of the video is, your guess is as good as mine. So, thank you.